The Voronezh aircraft plant, named after SV Ilyushin, commonly known by the acronym VASO, remains one of Russia's most established aerospace manufacturing facilities. In recent years, notable changes have occurred in production priorities, workforce organization, and technological modernization. Rather than indicating decline, these developments reflect broader trends within Russia's aviation sector, including adaptation to shifting economic conditions, redistribution of industrial responsibilities among specialized plants, and the pursuit of long-term strategic goals despite challenges such as international sanctions and disrupted supply chains. VASO operates within the United Aircraft Corporation as part of the Ilyushin Aviation Complex and continues to serve as one of Russia's principal aircraft manufacturers. Historically, the plant has been closely associated with the production of wide-body passenger aircraft, and its primary focus remains on the Ilyushin Il-96 family of long-range wide-body aircraft used for commercial, governmental, and specialized purposes. The facility continues manufacturing Il-96 fuselages and plans to deliver multiple aircraft under the Comprehensive Aviation Development Program through the year 2030. According to the current production schedule, VASO is expected to manufacture up to 12 Il-96-300 aircraft by the year 2030. This total includes 2 aircraft scheduled for completion in the year 2025, alongside ongoing development work on the extended-range Il-96-400M variant. At the same time, VASO contributes to additional aircraft programs by producing major airframe assemblies and structural modules as part of cooperative manufacturing arrangements. Under contractual obligations, the plant supplies structural kits such as wing assemblies and tail units for the Il-114-300 regional turboprop aircraft. The Voronezh facility is responsible for more than 40% of the aircraft's airframe components. These assemblies are then transported to other United Aircraft Corporation facilities, including the Sokol aircraft plant in Nizhny Novgorod and the Lukavitsy aviation plant, where final assembly is performed. This division of labor, in which VASO focuses on primary structural manufacturing while other plants handle final assembly, is a key factor in understanding recent organizational adjustments at the Voronezh enterprise. VASO also produces components and subassemblies for the Il-76 MD-90, a strategic transport aircraft. These include wing pylons, fairings, and various structural elements that are delivered to the main assembly plant, Aviastar in Ulyanovsk, for integration into completed aircraft. Documented deliveries include sets of pylons, engine nacelles, flap tracks, and compensators, illustrating VASO's ongoing role within the supply chain of this transport aircraft program. Recent statements from VASO's press service clarify that reductions among certain auxiliary staff are not the result of economic collapse or indiscriminate layoffs. Instead, they stem from deliberate modernization measures, including the introduction of improved production technologies and expanded automation. As digital workflows, automated inspection systems, and streamlined manufacturing processes are implemented, a number of repetitive or support tasks once performed manually are now handled through automation. This transition reduces the need for extensive secondary personnel while simultaneously improving precision and operational efficiency. The workforce changes are occurring through planned transitions rather than abrupt mass redundancies, with reductions in administrative and support roles balanced by growing demand for skilled production personnel. VASO has announced plans to hire between 1,500 and 2,000 additional employees in the near future to meet rising production demands. This recruitment will proceed even as support functions are optimized, reflecting a broader restructuring of workforce requirements. The shift emphasizes increased demand for technicians, engineers, and specialists trained in advanced manufacturing, aircraft assembly, and quality assurance. Management has placed particular emphasis on retraining programs for employees whose original roles become redundant due to automation. In the aerospace industry, Accumulated experience and institutional knowledge are especially valuable, making retraining a strategic priority rather than a secondary measure. This approach allows personnel to transition into new roles aligned with modern production needs, rather than being displaced entirely. As a result, workforce optimization at VASO focuses not only on numerical adjustments, but also on strengthening the overall skill profile of both current and future employees. The Il-96 program remains central to VASO's present and near-term production strategy. Industry assessments indicate that fuselage manufacturing and aircraft deliveries for the Il-96-300 continue according to schedules aligned with national aviation development objectives. The long-term plan aims to maintain an output of approximately 2 aircraft per year through the latter part of the 2020s. Alongside the Il-96-300, development work on the Il-96-400M variant has progressed through prototype construction and ground testing phases. Although the timeline for full serial production of this variant remains uncertain, the program demonstrates ongoing efforts to preserve and enhance wide-body aircraft manufacturing expertise at VASO. Participation in the Il-114-300 program further reinforces VASO's role in Russia's import substitution strategy and regional aviation revival. The aircraft is intended to replace aging turboprops on domestic routes, with Voronezh manufactured structural components forming a core part of its airframe. VASO's evolution must also be viewed within the broader context of national industrial policy. Following the year 2022, sanctions limited access to foreign aerospace suppliers, accelerating efforts to localize production and strengthen cooperation among domestic manufacturers. In response, VASO expanded its involvement in import-substituted designs and increased in-house manufacturing of critical assemblies. Although the company has occasionally diversified into non-aviation manufacturing over the decades, its primary focus remains aircraft and structural production. Consistent government support has played a major role throughout VASO's history. Senior officials have repeatedly affirmed commitments to stable aircraft orders, including those for the Il-96 family, as part of long-term industrial planning. This support aims to protect employment while strengthening Russia's aviation infrastructure through domestic manufacturing. Despite visible progress, the plant's transformation has not been without challenges. Industry observers have pointed to skill shortages in certain programs, such as the EL-112V light transport aircraft, where staffing limitations have slowed development. Other analysts caution that delays or uncertainty surrounding expanded production of the Il-96-400M could weaken long-term technological capacity if not matched with sustained investment and coherent industrial strategy. These debates highlight the reality that VASO is actively balancing technical demands, economic constraints, and national priorities rather than remaining static. Overall, the developments at the Voronezh aircraft plant illustrate a complex process of modernization rather than contraction. While auxiliary and administrative roles are being optimized through automation, core manufacturing activities remain active and are set to expand. The recruitment of skilled workers, continued production of Il-96 aircraft, and substantial contributions to the Il-114-300 program demonstrate an enterprise undergoing internal restructuring to meet contemporary aerospace standards. Rather than signaling decline, this phase reflects a transition toward higher value production, deeper technological integration, and clearer industrial specialization. By combining automation with retraining initiatives and sustained investment in essential manufacturing capabilities, VASO exemplifies how a traditional aerospace facility can adapt, remain relevant, and continue to operate effectively within an evolving economic and geopolitical environment. If you liked the video, please subscribe, share, and like. Also, please take the memberships to encourage us.